Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of, the Road to Masters video series. Welcome to episode 3. I'm super pumped about this game because this game was literally just played. I just played this game and then pressed watch replay solo, and now here I am. I'm still kind of shaken. Because after 1v1s I get kind of shaky, so I can't do more than one in a row, directly after each other. I have to take a quick 5-10 minute break just to kind of calm myself down, especially if it gets intense, and this game gets intense, at least for me, because, well, you'll see what happens. It's me, Logert, blue Chronos up in the top 1 o'clock position, Chubbs down in the 7 o'clock position as the red Terran. It's a TVP, probably my worst matchup. No, TVZ and TVT, PVZ might be. I don't know, but recently I've been struggling against Terran, so I was coming into this game because I just played another game and I lost to a Terran, so I was just coming off a loss. Not this Terran, but a different Terran. I was just coming off a loss, so I was like, oh, I don't want to play another Terran, but this was fun. So I was gonna do 2 Stalkers and a Mothership core, but I decided to go back to my old build because I felt way more confident with it, and I tried the 2 Stalker Mothership core and I lost. So I was like, I don't want to lose again. So let's go back to the 2 Stalker Mothership core thing. And that's what I did. So I'm doing my gateway, then a simulator, then pylon, and then obviously using all my chronos. He is going for, well, you'll see me scout here. I thought he was going to go for mass bio, medevac drops, stuff like that, because that's just kind of the Terran I'm expecting. I always expect kind of bio drops and occasional drops, stuff like that. Come in here, scout, no tech lab yet, and suddenly I scout an engineering bay. I'm like, what? Obviously I'm back here macroing more. I scout an engineering bay, kinda confused, I don't know what that means. Early upgrades maybe, then double refinery. So I was like, factory, but there's no factory. He almost kills my worker, but then I click there, get through, but he gets me, so it's close. I scouted a good deal, but I was confused because I'm like, why engineering bay in this, but no sign of any additions, but double refinery, but no orbital. I was just confused. I was like, either this guy's bad or he's doing a strat I've never seen before. So back here at the base, we're way ahead of him in probes, and I'm kind of just winning at this point. He's just sitting in my expansion. Good thing I'm not planning on taking that for a little while. He isn't even getting infantry weapons and armor. Maybe he's just trying to get early detection, just in case. But I'm very confused by that engineering deep bay. Obviously, he has a ton of gas. I don't know what he's spending it on. He hasn't even gotten a tech lab yet. And he keeps his SCV up here, but that's enough judging him. I'm going 3-gate robo this time. 3 gates robo. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm still a little shaky. Making more Marines. Still way ahead in supply. This guy was a Silver Leaguer. His name's Chubbs, obviously. Oh, yep, he's getting missile turrets up. But why would you need missile turrets? I'm not Terran, so I can't Banshee you. Well, but I guess he's putting up the preemptive defense, even though he's never scouted me for anything that's out of the ordinary. But whatever, I digress. Pretty soon here I'm going to be taking my expansion, I think. Almost getting supply blocked, but I'm not getting supply blocked. Still, he's just now adding on a 2nd barracks. Still hasn't added a tech lab. This guy might be opposed to tech labs. I'm floating a lot, but I'm going to make my Nexus. He tries to block it, fail. And the SCV will die. So, just about to finish up my warp gate research and starting out my first observer, because I like to have observers in their base. Pro tip. Okay, well not pro tip, but tip. Okay, if you're a Protoss, put observers in their base at all times. If you're worried about a game, odds are you're worried because you don't know what to do. He's finally getting a tech lab, I guess. And he's suddenly adding on another barracks, tech lab. This might be when I send an observer. Nope, I'm sending it right now. Observers are they're not that expensive. They're like 100 resources total, and the amount of information that they can give you is absolutely like insane. Like, for like kind of spoiler alert, the observers changed this game for me. Like, without the observers, it would have been much harder for me to kind of read what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to give away what happened, but I'm expanding way earlier than he is. That's one of the first things I check for is, does he have an expansion up yet? And if he does, if he doesn't, I know I'm ahead. If he does, then I'm on par with him. But see, my expansion just finished, and he hasn't made his yet. See, my observer's heading in there, and I scout a bunch of units. I knew tanks were coming. I saw a reactor barracks and tech lab. I was thinking marine tank now, kind of along those lines, and he's using the tech labs to get the marine upgrades. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking marine heavy with drops later with tanks, and he's going to play defensively, and it's going to be a pretty long game. So that's what I had in my mind. So, what was my response? It'll be here in a minute. Or in a minute or two. Production. We'll see it up here on the tab. He's getting stim and infantry level 1. But I'm still way ahead of him in supply. Still chrono boosting out probes. I'm way ahead of him in probe versus SCV count, which is a very important thing. I see him starting to take his expo. I see he doesn't really have that many units. I could probably move out right now and punish him, but because he has 4 Marauders, I really don't want to try it until I read it and got Robotics Bay. So I knew I was going to need Colossus for these fights because Marine, like Marauder, will melt versus them. And I saw the first siege tank siege up on the high ground. So I knew this was going to be a fun little thing to break through. But he never scouted my observer. Like, I know exactly he's just now getting his expansion. He has tanks on the high ground and his armies right here, and I know exactly how big it is. All for 100 resources. Like, I cannot emphasize enough. Oh, and I took a third because I knew he was turtling, so I'm like, I might as well take a third. I don't think he's going to take a third anytime soon. So I knew exactly what was at his front and at his natural. I knew he had double gas, which means he's going to get more tanks. And yeah, still pumping out the economy. Getting out of Colossus, starting up the research for that. Yeah, keeping my supply nice and good. My production's going pretty well. Got 2 bunkers, which he has not loaded up yet. Yep, I checked into his base. I wanted to see his infrastructure, see if he has any starports yet. I did not see a starport, so I was kind of confused, actually. I was like, why doesn't he have a starport? Because I thought it was MMM siege tank. Maybe. And especially with his double gas done as an expansion so early, I thought for sure he was going to be spending that gas on... Because I knew his gas was going to be running high. But then I realized the gas wasn't saturated. And then I went to go check for his third. But back here, I'm macroing more, getting the third base, obviously. Adding a forge, because I saw his upgrades were slightly better than mine. So I was like, I might as well try and keep up at par with him. So that bunker's now actually full. This expansion's done. Yep, I sent probes. That's good. I believe nope, I stopped probes. Whatever, I'm at 50. Not supply blocked. Starting some pylons, starting more gateways. Because I knew that if I took a third base and just sat on 3 and just got upgrades, got Colossus, this game will come pretty easily because I can just move out at 200 because I knew his supply wasn't that great. I knew it was pretty low compared to mine because my army's pretty big and I have more workers than him. But I figured if I just get 3 or 4 Colossus and maybe get an upgrade or 2 and did I get charge? No, this game I didn't get charge. That was my last game. I'm getting the games confused because this was recorded literally 10 minutes after I played it. Not even, like, I ended the replay, went to go to the bathroom, grabbed something to drink, came back, pressed watch replay solo, and here I am. Because anyway, I'm moving out. I have a massive supply lead. I'm 40 on the Terran. But the only thing he has on me is he is at 1-1, about to be 2-1. 2-1, I'm getting close to 1-1. I stupidly send my Stalkers on first and don't wait for everything. This was actually kind of a bad idea, because of how many Marauders he had, I needed more than 2 Colossus. So he baited me in, then charged forward and killed one of my Colossus. And I realized that was a mistake. I tried to pull the Colossus back and have as many Marauders as possible be killed while they're running after my Colossus. It worked pretty well. I cleaned up, and I'm still in the lead. Macroing behind it, he's not really, and now I can walk pretty much unbaited into, didn't realize he had units in there. Oops. Force his hatch, or not hatch, second, or natural to fly away. Take a tank shot, and now I'm just sitting here and containing, because the longer I can keep him contained, the more of an edge I'm going to get, because I know that unless he's running on a massive bank, which I figured he probably might be, but, well, I don't know. But he tried to land his orbital back down here, didn't really work. I'm macroing behind it. I figured as long as I can keep him on one base, I'll just, and I'm on 3, I'll just kind of ride my economic edge and, you know, win the game based on this alone, basically starve him out. But he decides, I know he's got a crap ton of tanks. Like, he is pumping out the tanks right now. And he's not getting any upgrades. Oh, yes he is. So he's pumping out marauders and tanks like it's his job. And I'm getting shot, I go forward, accidentally move forward. Not good idea at all. And I decide to back up. Because I would not be able to win that fight. With a Colossus, I might be able to do a lot, but I really didn't want to lose my army at this point, because if I did, I'm also running on a massive bank, because I'm getting kind of like, you know, shaky, because the game's getting intense, and he could move out at any time, and I gotta be ready for it. He locks himself in with a tank. Although I knew this was a bad position for him, it didn't really register. Like, I knew I was way ahead. Like, I'm light years ahead of him right now. But one bad engagement, he could just A-move at me, and I wouldn't be able to stop him. And therefore, I decided to make the decision to get out Voidrays. Why Voidrays, you might ask? Because they're really freaking good against armored. And I figured, if I can just sit right here, Voidrays take forever to make. 60 seconds. If I can just sit right here and contain him, not let him take a third, get out 3 or 4 Voidrays, and... oh, can that hit me? Nope. Get 3 or 4 Voidrays, and basically swing around, hit the tanks, force them to unsiege, then A-move forward, I would win. That was my plan, and he unfortunately kills off. One more frickin' hit from the Colossus would have killed like 5 of them, but whatever. He's only on 2 base. I believe I take a 4th right around now. Because I'm like, I just want to extenuate my economic lead, make sure I have a bank, make sure he doesn't have a 3rd, just cover all my bases, play it safe, and walk out of this easily with a win. So that's what I was trying to do. And I knew he had a crap ton of tanks. Like, if you look at my vision, I can see all these tanks, and I'm looking at them frequently because I want to make sure they're not moving. And if the units leave, I figured I can probably charge with my zealots right on top of the tanks, finish off the tanks. That's game right there. As long as they don't kill my zealot, or kill my Colossus. So now I have enough Voidrays that I decide, oh, and this prismatic alignment realigns the Voidrays prismatic beam to get +6 damage versus armored units. That is really good versus tanks. If you're getting tank, someone's going heavy tank, get out Voidrays. And that's why I went on 4 bases, because Voidrays are expensive. But I have a massive bank. And I'm going up towards 200, and he's not. To put it nicely, he's not really going up to 200. He doesn't really have the economy for it. Idle workers, I completely forgot about these. But I sent him down to a 3rd, so I'm swinging these guys around in a, like, I'm pretty proud of myself for this game. Swing it around, bam, see what happens. He unsieges everything and tries to come up and kill me, and I A-move forward. And by the time he's already sieged up, I've killed half of them, and it's too late. So that's this game. Good decision making, that's always good. I couldn't say GG in time, so I messaged him after the game, because that's what I do. I always say GG, and if I can't GG in the game, I will chat you afterwards and GG. I like to be good-mannered in this game. So the only thing I found that was bad about this is obviously I could have made way more gateways, but I'm kind of bad with 4 base economy, almost 4 base economy, but 3 base economy. I can't spend the money fast enough because I'm about to get supply capped. I added, I think, 2 more gateways after this somewhere, maybe 4 gateways, no, 2. Okay, anyway, I could have added more gateways. I really didn't add enough to spend all my money. Oh, I also forgot completely about those tanks. What else was I about to say? Upgrades and more gateways while fighting. But I was pretty proud of my decision to make Voidrays my kind of able to not cloud my vision and just go Voidray. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please comment, like, subscribe if you think this is, worth it. Like, my commentaries are worth a subscription. So, yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Bye.